Well, hello, and welcome to the first Rome 2 International Open Tournament hosted by the VLR clan. For all of those out there who do not know us, which will probably be almost all of you, we are a German-speaking clan. Our name roughly translates into United Legions of Rome. And yeah, but that doesn't really matter because as you can see in the title, it reads Rome 2 International Open Tournament. So basically, anybody who's interested can join, and hopefully a lot of people do join. Especially maybe a few people from all over the world so that we can have an interesting tournament with a lot of voices from all over the world, but that's just hoping. Let's get right into the general idea we have behind this tournament. There will be 64 slots available, so there will be a maximum of 64 players participating in the tournament. If we have more, we will see, but we'll find a way that everybody is happy. Yet on the other hand, there are only a few people actually organizing it, and for the sake of making it a manageable amount of players in the long run, we'll have a first round of qualifying. And this qualifying is one game against one other player. So we will randomly put together players and thus decide the best 32, which will then enter round 2, which is a group of which is 8 groups of 4. Excuse me. So in this group you will play each of your opponents twice, so you will have to play 3 people 2 times, which equals up to 6 games in that round, and the best 2 players will then be allowed to enter the round of 16. You see that you can either have a win, lose, or a tie in this round. That's why we have 2 games per player. In the third round and also in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, as you can see, we have a best of 3. I guess that's self-explanatory. For all those who don't understand that, you will have to play a maximum of 3 games to determine the winner. So yeah, it's either 2-0 or 2-1. You can also play 3 games. That's up to you. And then in the finals we'll have a best of 5, which also is quite self-explanatory if you understand the concept of best of 3. There will be prizes for the winners. We will definitely have prizes for the first and smaller prizes for the second and third. So we will also have a game for the third position. The rules of the tournament are as follows. Generals will always be included in the limits, except you play Rome, because there you have a general unit which isn't really in any category. It is technically cavalry, but you cannot really count a legatus as full-scale cavalry unit. Same goes for Carthage, but only if you pick the general and bodyguard. If you choose a noble cavalry or elephants as your general, they will of course count into the limitations below. We will allow a maximum of 8 times the same unit type, which means 8 times melee infantry, 8 times spear infantry and all that, and 6 times the same unit, so 6 Praetorians or 6 Eastern Spearmen, depends on what you want to play. There will be a limitation on cavalry. You will be allowed to play a maximum of 8 shock and melee cavalry. So, for example, for the hardliners, 8 cataphracts will not be allowed because you are only allowed to pick 6. That's a hard example, but you understand the general idea. So a maximum of 8 cavalry able to perform melee jobs, and then we have also have a 8 cap on ranged units, and there we determine between which is called horse archers, but also includes other mounted missile troops and foot missile troops on foot, and each of them have a limit of 6, so that you can combine if you want to end up with 8 ranged units. So it is okay to play 2 horse archers and 6 bowmen, but it's not okay to play 6 slingers and 6 horse archers. Yeah, and we also have 1 elephant or 1 chariot or 1 mobile piece of artillery. If you want to play that, please remember that it's or. So if you choose an elephant, you're done for that point. We also would really love to have not such things as camping or boxing. It's called noob box here. So if you just form a box with pikes or spears and wait, that's also why we put in a battle time limit of 40 minutes. But I really just like to say that please don't do things like that. It really spoils the fun for everybody, and yeah, most of the time it isn't even that effective. So if you encounter anything like this in the tournament, please take a screenshot and contact the admins and the moderators in the Steam group, and we'll take steps, because this is something we really do not want. Although there are prizes, we really want to have a fun tournament with a lot of nice battles, and in the end a worthy winner. Yeah, we have to ensure that we also have a set of maps that we chose. They are mainly fair maps. We just wanted to give you a bit of a variety. There won't be anything unfair, but they might be smaller hills or woods, but usually they're either in the middle or both sides have it, so that you'll just have an equal chance, if you like. They will be available via the Steam group, which is the heart of our tournament. Because if you're interested, which I hope you are, we have a email address which I will put into the description of the video, which is rome2internationalopen@web.de. Yeah, just if you're interested, write an email and put in your Steam name so that we can invite you to the group. Please put in your exact Steam name, because it just makes things a lot easier. Just say that you want to join the tournament, and yeah, your Steam name, that's everything we need. We will also answer the email, but other than that, we really would like to focus on the Steam group. Yeah, one last thing to say is that we have a lot of outside support. There we have YouTube support. We have Prussian Prince. Maybe a few of you know him. We also have a couple of German YouTubers from the German community, like Cornelius Drag, General Pilofas, or Hannibal Barkes. Some of you may have seen one of them in tournaments. Yeah, and we also have contact with CA, and the community managers there also offered their support. So in the end, we hope that we really have a fun tournament with a lot of commitment from both sides, and a bit of support by CA, and of course a lot of YouTube coverage. So if you want to see your battles, you see them commented maybe by a YouTuber you watch regularly, you will also have that possibility. But of course, if you don't want your video to be published, you can also say that. It's just that we want to give a big coverage, and yeah, have an interesting tournament. And with that, I would say goodbye. We we are ready, we're eager, and we just love to see you all on the battlefield. And with that, I say goodbye.